morning, everyone. One second here. Sorry, gotta get my mic adjusted. Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm Algo, and sorry I'm late, but guess what? I'm here. Hey, 2 days in a row. Let's go. Wow, what a day yesterday. So, I mean, we gapped up. I don't even know what to say at this point. Other than the intense market manipulation and the fact that I don't have an energy drink this morning is going to be crazy. We're going to go with water. All right, so this is the morning watch list. My news source is being more consistent. Got it 2 days in a row before I started to stream. So here's the deal. So I use Hammerstone, whatever, for sign the chat here. Sorry, apologize. Get this thing here. All right, so I use Hammerstone for their news source, and for years used their early look. It's usually out around 3 o'clock my time, right? So 3 o'clock in the morning my time. So I'm able to get in, get the news, go over some things, pick out really what I want to go through it, and give it to y'all. But since they stopped doing that, I didn't know what to do. So I've reached out to them. I said, hey, I'll fix your website, whatever you guys need. You know, this is really important to me. And they've agreed to email me the early look every day, every morning. And so far, last week they didn't do it, and I was like, whoa, what's up, guys? Y'all are supposed to do this. But this week they've done it, and it gets here at about 4 o'clock my time. So it's about an hour late. So it throws me off a little bit. That's why I'm getting started a little late today. Okay, so with that being said, welcome. We're going to go through the news. We're going to look at the futures, and we're going to look at any market events that are going to affect your trading. That are going to affect the market today. So good news is bonds are down, and the yen is down, which means the ES and NQ should be up. YMs are ripping. We'll just get into it. Okay, so let me see what else we need to go over. Let's go, Roku. I got the 93 calls. I also got AMD. I can't remember what AMD 8750s. I don't know. Yeah, I swung some calls. I'm being a little reckless. I know. Why are you swinging calls when the market's down? Well, because there has to be a little relief to the downside, right? Which means momentary pops. And those momentary pops are going to help me out. So I got AMD, what do I got here? AMD 93 calls, and I got the Roku 9750s. Yeah, I got the Roku 9750s. So let's see what Roku's doing this morning. It's going to be tough. I don't know if it's going to hit another $7 today. So maybe I may go in this may go in the money. All right, well, let's see if it's a good Friday for me. So, with that being said, welcome, Terry. I don't know where Johnny is, but that man has reached out to me every day to see how I'm doing, and I'm so thankful for his friendship. Totally appreciate it. He's not here to hear it. I got him. Let's do this. All right, so I'm going to look at the futures first, then we'll go through the news, because I think the futures are a little bit more important as to what's going on and getting an overall sense of what's what. Oh, he is here. Morning, Johnny. All right, so check it out. Is that a doji? Is that a doji right off of that snow line? You guys think I'm crazy about these snow lines? I'm not. They're legit. Remember, broke the fire line. I said the next place we have to go is to the snow line. We broke that, right? We broke that yesterday. Nice doji day, right? Almost down to my snow line. Let me get this zoomed in a little bit here. And where's my glasses so I can see what I'm doing? Oh, dude, I don't know what's going on with me. I don't have an energy drink. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I went months without being able to see candlesticks. What is wrong with me? Holy crap. All right, so nice doji day yesterday, but also important is look at this trend line. I mean, it's not perfect, but what it does is it illustrates that there's an angle of descent, soft landing versus hard landing, right? So soft landing, beep, little beep, beep, beep. Do we get a rally to the 21 and then short further? I don't know. So what I do know is this area here. It's hard for y'all to see. All right, I'll see if I can work on that. All right, see. Oh, no, I can't see it anyway. So fire line broke 1, 2, 3 down days, 4 down days, right in a row, to a reversal hand, doji, right? If this candle can close above the high of the low bar, right? If we can close up here, then I think we have a nice couple days that we can run. So basically, if we can close above that green line. All right. This is all right, so this is our weekly quant theory level, right? Median 1 standard deviation, right? I think 1.5 standard deviations away, right? Very rarely does price exist outside of the low 2 or the H2, okay? And the reason that is because machines have no control over what price action is going to do beyond these levels, right? So when we get down in here, it's kind of free for all, right? Machines are set to defend these outer wings, right? And so when price starts getting down outside of it, out of its control, right? There's nothing down here to stop, right? So they brought it down. They're chilling at, I have to look at what the level is. So they're chilling down here at the snow line at the low 2 for the week, right? And so we may get a move back up to the H1 or the low 1, which is at 4,000, 4,004. Possibly, I don't know, that would be a big move. Not really, 100 points. They may retrace it back up to the median, sorry, right at 4101, just depending on how things go. Let's look at the 4-hour. And the reason I'm doing that is because these levels, right? These levels will exist outside of any specific trading tools, like if you use whatever. So, all right, looking at the 4-hour, I'm a little concerned. We are rallying. We're testing the 21 today. So right now, currently, this 4-hour candle is at the 21 EMA. If we can get a close above that, if we can get 2 closes above that, right, then I think that the downtrend might be over. Holy crap. Twitter's down 25%. Whoa, hold on. Seriously? Jeez, why are you typing? All right, there it is. Twitter down 25%, 46 to 2. See that red line? That's that quant level. This ain't no joke. All right, so they brought it down to 33 and then back. Wow, this is crazy. I think this 15-minute chart looks like it's setting up for another down session. All right, so let's do puts on Twitter. Thanks, Elon. All right, back to ES. So we are testing the 21 on the 4 hour. This is important. A lot of people trade off the 4 hour chart. A lot of machines are programmed to trade off the 4 hour chart. See the quant level right here. This, you can't see it. Oh God, how do I make these bigger? How do I make these bigger? That's the best I can do. This is all I can do for now. Try to make it a little thicker, y'all can see a little bit better. And it's not even gonna help. All right, well, regardless, they brought it down. Mogul, right? Through the snow line, mogul. I thought they may come down in this test this other one, but this, like I said, this is a big drop down here. So we snow line, mogul line, back up into the snow line. We're testing the 21 EMA on the 4 hour chart. We're currently, I think this is a daily. Yeah, so this is the daily H2. I think I have extended hours on. Hold on. Yeah. All right. So that will definitely make a difference. So I've got full trading hours on here. We're at the H2 on the daily. I don't know if they're going to defend this level. I think they may bring it back up to. Anyway, two closes above the 21. If we can get closed back up here in this, what I look at 4,100, right? That would be a retest of the 50. Do we get a retest of the 50 today? Do we just rip all day, or they short this and continue to push the market down? They never really let you know what's going on, do they? So the level I'm looking at, it's going to be the important level for me. It's going to be this 39.80 to 4,000, right? Above 4,000, we get a move to 40.50, right? 40.70 is the 50. Yeah, so let's go. Yeah, above 4,010, right? Next level would be 40.70. Below, right? Below, say, below like 39.80. I think we come back down. We've got support coming in at 39.35, 39.40. That's a key level. Below that, look to 38.73, right? Let me illustrate this is what I'm thinking here. So, all right, let's say we get, we get a little close right here to here. We pull back, right? But the candle does close above this 21. And I think that they push this sucker up to there today, right? Contrarian, right? Let's say that this is a bull trap, and we're retesting the 21, right? So they do one of these kind of deals. Something along that line. So I mean, obviously there's two ways to go, but just know that the levels are 39.78.25 and the 50 days at 40.71.25. Okay, you have two moguls in there which are going to be used, and then on the downside, the key level is at 39.78, which is a 21, and then we've got 39.35 is the snow line, right? Below that, then 38.96, 38.50, and panic in the disco. Okay, 30-minute chart. we should be stacked positively, right? We should be up on our moving averages once they load. Watching this the other day, came down, nice rip back up. I don't know where I pulled this line from, but it's pretty solid. All right, there it is. All right, so as we get into the lower time frames, there should be more closes above the 21, above the 50, above the 200. So, all right, they ripped it up through the 21, through the 50, and now we're coming up. We're currently testing the 30-minute 200-day SMA. Okay, we are stack positive 21 crossover the 50 right here. Oh, what a gosh! Oh man, these start green futures should have gone on above this level. This line that I drew on there that seems to be the center of everything is 39.61 if you want to draw that on your chart too. So 39.61. So the more closes we get above the 200-day, the more it drags the 21 up to test the 200-day. When the 21 crosses the 200, that will be a catalyst to bring the 50 back up to test the 200. We can get the 50 above the 200, right, which it hasn't been since on May the 4th. It was up for a day, right? That was that massive rip, and then they sold it right back off, right? So now so the 50 tried to get above it, couldn't really do it, came back, tried a second time, couldn't really do it, came all the way down here, got some momentum going and building up speed, and now it's going to try to rip through it the third time. If it fails this third time, right? Yeah, anyway, if it fails this third time, we need to expect a couple more ones this last week, right? That's super chop. All right, moving on. NQ. Little different story here with the NQ, right? Again, really hard to see because I've got all this stuff going on, but what I can show you is this orange line I drew from, where did I get this from? Okay, so back in August, big rally up to 12,400, right? 12,438. We hit it and immediately ripped, sold off. Like there was so many sellers right here, right? It's ridiculous. So, okay, let me turn your audio down. I'm going to turn my mic up, okay? Check, 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 check. All right, that should be better. Okay. Alrighty. So this orange line, they ripped it up, immediately sold it off. It came back up. There's remnants of a supply zone up in here. Let me show you the area I'm looking at. I'm looking at this area right here. I'm looking over in this time frame, right? The August to December of 2020. Okay. So they rallied it up, right? Big. I mean, this is a vertical move in the NQ, right? This isn't like it's like an 89-degree move. This is crazy. Rip, 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 right? Immediately dropped it back down, right? That's a 150-point drop. I mean, big drop, right? Bounce, bounce, bounce. Couldn't quite get back up again. We did make a higher low, so the market's like, okay, it's all right. It came up, they tried it one more time, couldn't do it, and then they slowly built it through, ripped it back. All right, we do have some support here. We went up, came back and touched it one more time and never came back to it. So that orange line, we came down, we ripped right through it, back down to this key level support. We back tested and we're moving back down. The other thing I want y'all to look at is, I know it's hard to see, but there's a white line here. There's a white line here. That's the median for the from the COVID low to all-time high. That's the median. 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviations. For an equity to trigger, for for an object to trade with outside of 2 standard deviations on a daily is almost unheard of. So I was pretty confident we were going to bounce around this level 5. I'll have to go back and watch the video, but I think I said something about this level. That we were trading here at 1.5 standard deviations. They may push it back down to 2, but you can't exist beyond 2 standard deviations for any amount of time. Okay, so currently fire line. Remember I told you fire lines, tree lines, big magnets, snow lines, medium magnets, mobile lines, small magnets. Brought it all the way down to the fire line, defended that level, and now they are giving us a little bit of relief. Right, brought it right down. Yesterday, doji, we did, looks like we opened on the low, right? So we did get the close above it, reversal candle, close above it. Again, if we can close, oh, that's what that green line was for. If we can close above the high of the low bar, right? We can get this close, I would say at least 50% above the high of the low bar. That could be a reversal. Now, that level is 12131.50. Okay, so there is a supply zone in here. There's also one up here, but I'm not going to draw it. And from a quant theory perspective, here we are with, these are projections, these little dots, those are projected into, I think they're daily weeklies. Yeah, so those are projections for next week. Currently we're in this one here. So started off the week, they brought it down to low 1, low 2, right? Started defending it there. This is where the doji came from, bulls and bears fought, right? We open on the low to complete the Elliott wave cycle down to the fire line, and now we begin our retracement. So the levels I'm looking at for NQ, still haven't put ATR on here. Let me see what 4 hours is saying. Where's my moving average? Oh, I was like, where's my 50 and 21? All right, so the 21 day is way out of reach, right? We're way up here. 21 day is at high of the low bar. Seriously? That's impossible. Oh, I was like, where did it go? All right, the 21 day is, sorry, be a little bit more speedy through these. All right, so 4 hour chart, it brought it down. All right, yesterday 1414, I loved it. I thought maybe we get a little relief there. They brought it down to this. They brought it down to the fire line, right, and to the L low 1 of the weekly quant theory level, right? Defended that level, and they're starting to bring it back up now. Again, we would need to close above 12.13625 for a move back up. Daily, for the daily L1 already. L2, I don't think we're going to hit. Look at this. This would be considered a tweezer, which is a reversal candle as well. I was going to say, are they going to retest the 21? But that 21's way up here. I mean, it could theoretically. It's possible that we could get to 12.760, which is a 21 day, but I don't know if we're going to get there today. It's a 700 point move. The Dow's not going to move, or NASDAQ's not going to move $700 in a day, or in a day. I don't think it's going to do that, but I do like the 12.215. Also like 12147. The upside, downside moves would be if we take out 11691, then look for a move back down to 11500. So NQ targets for today is 12137.50 to the upside. We have a tweezer bottom, which is some good color. All right, so that yellow line is true, which is the previous 4-hour low, and then where we started off, right? We've got a tweezer bottom at 11,695. 11,695. Even if we break that, then I would say we can look at 11,500. Excuse me. Yeah, let's just call it 11,505 to the downside. So upside, we are looking at 12205, downside 11,505. Okay. 30-minute chart. Alrighty. They brought it down, they brought it up, they brought it down, they brought it up, they bring it down, they bring it up. I don't like this. And it's going to take forever for those moving averages to show up. So let me do this. See what they did here. They brought it down, they brought it up, they brought it down, they brought it up, they brought it down. It failed the median, right? They brought it down to the low one of this weekly quant level, right? Retrace, brought it down, defended it, and now there's a fight happening here. I would hate to see its choppiness, but it very, very well could possibly be a choppy day. The other thing I want to look at here is the potential for this to turn into a head and shoulders, or an inverse head and shoulders, with right left shoulder, head, right shoulder, rip. So this is the 30-minute chart. This puts us out into next week, right? So the end of today is the end of today. Somewhere in there, right? So nice head today and on the high. Maybe even bring it up here and then bring it down Monday, right? Choppy Monday and then a rip. So in Q, I'm going to be looking to go long on that. Okay. All right. I'm just taking way too long on this. Taking way too long on this. All right. The Dilly Dally Daily Dow. All right. I don't know if y'all saw it there for a brief second. All right, so here's that median. This is the daily COVID low, March 23rd, 2020, right? Let's see. No, it's from previous high. All right, so I took it from the previous high. We got our median, right? We got a regression line here, right? So usually trades with about a half deviation. Sometimes it hits a full deviation away from the mean. But COVID low is 1.5 standard deviations away from this rally. Okay, so they brought it back down to 1, brought it back down to 1.5. So theoretically, from a regression theory, right? Anyway, they stretched the rubber band out to as far as it could go, and now they're going to bring it back in. We do have a little bit of a rounding top here, which it's okay, right? But 1, 2, 3 push down, right? Right through down to 1.5 standard deviations, right? Down here, it's right there. Y'all can't see it, but I promise it's right there. So we've got a nice doji on the Dow, nice solid candle back up. We do have a supply zone that runs 32,120 to 32373, right? Daily support, weekly support, daily. That's not right. All right, 2150 cross down that nice rip day. Oh, what happened? They dropped it. Drop it like hot all the way down. Okay, now we're working our way back up. That supply zone is going to be important. I think it might actually be a little bigger than that. If I had my ATR in here, I could be like, oh, there it is. But I'm lazy and I forget to do it. All right. Oh, one thing. Let me turn these back on because this is important. Okay. Fire line, big magnet. Tree line, big magnet. Medium magnets came down, held. I don't remember. I said they may push it back down to this one, but it hit coming up here, right? Coming back up to the snow line, which is also the bottom of the demand or supply zone. So if we can work through the supply zone, close above it, and start moving our way back up, we may need a couple days of chop for the 21 to relax and bring back in and start moving back up, and the 50 moving back up, and the 200 moving back up, and then gradually bringing it back up and through like they did over here in this area right here, right? The snow line's at 32132, and then I've got the top of that demand there, supply zone at 32376. Okay, nice little doji. Let's get zoomed in and look at it here. Again, if we can close above the high of the low bar, right? Close above that level, right? Might be a nice little reversal. So we have a point of control on the 9th, point of control on the 11th. Also, so let's see. Above 32110, move up to 32358. We could reject that, back down here. Yesterday's point of control is 31598, 31598. All right, I need to get my quant levels on this. Okay, before I look at it. So currently testing the 21 showed up. Currently we're testing the 21 on the 4 hour, right? That is 32,000. Let's just call it, no, 31,990. Above that, like I said, we might get a move up to 32,356, and maybe wick up and test this 50-day right here, right? Which is 32,533, right? May wick up and test that 50-day. Got a mogul up here, snow line, right? Close above the snow line, then we can start mogul, right? Close below the snow line, we can go mogul to the downside. Okay. That's just such a big range, man. Let's see, this is our third attempt in the last. All right, so 2150 rejection, right? We came down and retested the 21, sold off. Retested the 21, sold off. A little bit slower, not so wicky. Trying to get back above that 21 to retest the 50-day. So downside, look at below 31,748. taking profit at 31542 for a target of 31183. That's your downside move. Upside. I mean, there's a move from 3200 to 32127. The safer move for me is going to be above 32124. I move to 32,400. All right, 30 minutes. All right. I drew that yellow line off the daily chart. Yeah. All right. All right. So lots of support, lots of resistance. I need to change the coloring this. So this is a supply zone up here, right? Daily supply zone, 4-hour resistance. I love candlestick charts. Great. This look at this snow line. Y'all think I'm joking about these? Like, they're not like 100% like, oh, it's gonna land on it. But very occasionally you'll get, oh wow, they brought it to there, ripped it up, ripped it up, ripped it up again. Again, we need to get it back above this snow line, or we can just sit there and chop. Like, we could literally chop between these two snow lines for weeks, right? I have to have them showing. All right, moving on. Let's look at red-headed Russell, which I don't know if y'all noticed yesterday, but when things like GameStop and AMC start moving, that's the Russell. All right, that trend line held us up, We failed it. We couldn't get back above it, We came all the way down to this fire line. Like I said, fire lines are magnets or tree lines. Fire line held. All right, now we're working to get back above this overhead resistance. Again, if we can close above the high of the low bar, right? Get to close above that. I got some random trend lines in here. I don't need to leave that one. I think that one's important. Yeah. Russell 21 is way up here at 1895. Let's just call it 1990. Yeah, 19. Yeah, 1895 is the daily 21. We have a snow line 1838. That's my upside target for today, 1838. Support 1713. Right. Downside target if we close below. All right, if we make a new low, so that's the high. No. This right here is the beginning of a long-lasting supply and demands or support resistance. That two yellow lines. Okay, so if we do, right, start selling off, this fire line's at 1715. Previous low, below that, there's a move to 1655 and then 1639. So that's the two moves to the ups and downside. I don't know if those are targets for the day. I don't know how much the red-headed Russell can move in a day, but I do know that the charts are starting to look like really hard to read. All right, 2150 cross down. I would consider this attempt at a 21, right? Failure. Mogul line. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. All right, down to the fire line. Big magnet. All right, kind of like, oh, what are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do now? We're retesting the 21 right now on the 4-hour. Again, we need to close above this yellow line. I would feel more comfortable if we closed above this mogul. That mogul is currently at 1761, and its extension is at 1790. So again, 4-hour chart, machines come in and start trading this. I gotta get quant levels on all these. Let's keep an eye out for potential one of these setting up for into next week. Right, something like this. So upside target 1790. This is the end of today, right? I like painting a picture. It's like, oh, is it an inverse head and shoulders? Well, if it needs to do that, then it needs to come up here, right, by noon, right? Does it test the 50? I don't know. That would be the rally of all rallies, right? Where are they going to put the money? There's a limited amount of money. You have money and you want to put it someplace, so you're going to spread it out across all 4 indexes, or you're just going to be like, oh, I'm going to throw everything into AMC and YOLO it. All right, get back there. Sorry. All right, 30-minute chart, and then I got to start doing this faster. Alrighty, so where's my lines, yo? Thank you. I needed to. I'm seeing how much can price really move in a day, and this is a pretty good example, right? They brought it down and then they brought it back up. This is the same. Yeah, it moves about that's a 4% move, right? That's huge. So $76. So $76 would put us at 1813. Put us up here this high. Yeah. Yeah, I'm comfortable with what I said. I think that if we get a move up, it's going to be to retest previous highs at 1791, right? Contrarian, if they do sell us off, we do have a fire line support at 1714. Below that, got previous lows at 1698. All right. I'm going to quickly go through gold on the 4-hour chart. Right. Sold off, retested 21, couldn't get back above the 50, sold back off, retested 21, got above it for a minute. Big, this right here is that's massive, right? I need to change that because this is gonna affect gold for a year, at least the next 6 months, right? It's a big one. Big. There's so much volume, I want to say, there in this level here. That level that runs 1902 to 1928. All right, they brought it down. Low 1778 downside target for gold. They may rally it back up to retest of 21. At that point, I would look at 1835 target. Yeah, gold's they're rotating out of gold. All right. 1778, huh? It's a pretty good level. Not gonna lie. All right. Next, crude. What's going on with crude? Well, failed Wu-Tang reversal. Remember, I was like, the Wu-Tang reversal is in effect. So Wu-Tang reversal would have been 1, 2, 3, go long above the 2, filled, sold off, and now we're in this mess. Okay. Let's giant mess. Let's see what I can clear up here. It's a lot of data. Crude is having a nice 4-hour move. That orange line is the 2 line, but I feel more comfortable with it. It's doing that. 109. Yeah. Crude's gonna hit 109, and then can't have it all, right? There's a big old supply zone here. Are they gonna rotate out of crude? We'll figure it out. Look at this. Import prices month over month, 0%. Previous was at 2.9. They forecast, so that's not good for the market. So we have consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. Eastern, and preliminary inflation expectations at 10 a.m. So these 2 events right here are going to move, they're going to affect the market, and then Omester comes in at noon to kind of send us off into the end of the day. Roku's up. All right, this is a big move on crude. I'm not sure what's going on there. All right, this is solid. Look at that. Solid move up. Like I said, we've got pretty wicked supply zone right here. But what I look at this, 2150 crossover on the 30-minute. This is super bullish. It's very bullish, right? Last time it happened, we ripped up to here, right? We can get some separation between 21 and the 50, and especially if the 50 and the 200, then we get some longer term moves. I don't trade crude, so I'm not going to get specific levels on it, but approximately 108 to 111. Mogul line coming in at 110 top, and then 109 is my little micro supply zone. That's going to be the target. And then I think they move it back and maybe just melt it up a little bit today. All right, that's crude. Bonds, James bonds, 4-hour bond move. TLT if you want to play this. If you want to play this chart. This correlates with TLT. All right, so it's kind of all over the place, super gappy, right? That's what you'd like to see in a healthy market, right? All right, so they brought it down, they wrapped it up. Currently trading at the 50-day on the 4-hour. Got a Mogul line target at 142, and then previous high at 143. So again, the theory is you can't put money into everything. So, or are they going to rotate into? There is potential inverse head and shoulders. I always look for these, right? And try to keep my eyes out for them because, believe it or not, they are more common than you think. And put yourself like, try to be a computer programmer for a minute, right? Try to be this guy who doesn't want to spend all day doing what I'm doing right now, right? He wants to go fishing, so he writes a program to trade his money, and there's things that are, very real. Patterns are real, right? I don't know if you've used Thinkorswim, but they can identify like Barkley patterns. So if they see an inverse head and shoulders forming, then all right. Anyway, so this is a legit tree line, isn't it? Yes. All right, so with bonds, we do have a tree line magnet, massive magnet support resistance, 138.24. Okay, we got a Mogul line target at 142, previous high at 143, and then the top side Mogul of 4 hours at 144. Now, we're currently at the 20 or at the 50. There may be a quick little bleep bleep, and then they start that. And then maybe they bring it back down here for, right, maybe move up, and then they bring it back down here next week for the left shoulder, and then they can make a decision what to do with it from there. All right, so if we can't maintain the 50, I would say we pull back to the 21, which is also a previous low, 139 to the downside, 142, 142.05 to the upside. All right, and then finally the yen. All right, this last week has been atrocious. I mean, this is like, wow, what's going on with the yen? You know, since the 9th, right? We've had down days. The yen's been up. We got a 2150 crossover. It reached up. It tested previous highs. There is a supply zone right here. Right, get a supply zone right here. Come on. Hit the supply zone, came back, got some support. So the yen can actually move back up. I would like to see it have a down day or two so that our economy gets a little bit of relief. So this is seriously sketch right here. This level, right? Like if it started closing down here, then Japan might go into like a recession. All right, so that's it for futures. I'm gonna go. I got to run through this news real quickly. Sorry, it took a little bit longer, and I can't do that every week. I need to do a video on how I read my charts. I need to get my chart set up consistently and ATR. So I'm writing myself a note to do that today. ATR. All right. Twitter down 25%, like I mentioned earlier, on Elon Musk's deal with them looks like it's getting a little shaky. Elon Musk's deal on Twitter is temporarily on hold, pending details. The Tesla founder tweeted Friday. Twitter deal temporarily hold pending details. Supporting calculation that spam fake accounts do indeed represent less than 5% of users. So Elon's like, I'm going to buy you, but you guys have 10% of your company's fake. And they're like, no, it's only 5%. So they're going to work that out. All right. Robinhood raises an emergent fidelities technology rises. Robinhood rises as EFT report 7.6%. So that should be a nice little move for you hood fans. Hood fans. All right, look at Robinhood, 4 hour, right? Robinhood target for today 1170. Okay, I think it hits it. I don't think it gets much higher than that. So Robinhood 1170. If it gets below 1011, move back down to 9. All right. Firm, baby, 27% gain. Rip your face off for our bottom, for our top. Firm raises 27%, extends multi-year exclusive partnership with Shopify. Shopify. I love Shopify. Yeah, baby. God, Shopify. Oh, Shopify's gonna rip today. So, Affirm Shopify news. UPS downgraded neutral. Pay attention to that. That's transports. From JP Morgan on expectations of headwinds from lower e-commerce demand and inflation pressures, cutting its target to 229 from 202. He also expects UPS to face headwinds from Amazon. Commentary on capacity Teamsters negotiations for next year. UPS, yeah, sorry, dude. Below 176, we have the daily cloud at 175 and the 4-hour cloud or 4-hour bottom cloud at 175.50. There's a trend line right there. If it breaks trend line, look for it to make a new low, right? Should be a pretty easy one to trade. Upside target, look at 179.38 and 183. Why do I have a 15-minute chart on? What's wrong with me? Sorry. I think that works. So yeah, those are still valid. 184 to the upside. Starts closing below this trend line that I quickly drew. Right. We've got 176, and then 174. Okay. Lots of earnings, Posh, Exponential, no other names that we usually trade. All right, in China, Shanghai is doing its best to open the economy, but officials want to see 3 days of no community spread before loosening. Officials in Shanghai said today they aim to see easier rules by May 20th, and Powell said late yesterday that he reiterates half-point hikes are likely in June and July if economy performs about as expected, he said. It would be appropriate for there to be an additional 50 base point increase at the next two meetings, not actively considering a larger 75% BPS increase. Soft landing a challenge and will include some pain. All right. 1 o'clock today, Eastern, we have Baker Hughes weekly rig count. Bitcoin and other crypto assets are rebounding with its price raising 6% back above 30,000. After a wild day on Thursday, prices ended around 28, down nearly 6% from all-time highs at 68,000 in November. The sell-off has wiped some $200 billion in value from the crypto market, according to data from CoinMarketCap. The entire crypto market now has a market capitalization of about 1.2 trillion, or pretty much what Tesla's worth. Less than half of the 2.9 trillion it was worth in November, and about what that one crypto asset was at before they dropped it. All right, that's it. I have to get into y'all plays. I'm running late. Sorry, y'all. All right, I'm gonna quickly go through these in no particular order, just because. Sorry, I blew one today. Crap. I like Tesla and. Look at AMD, okay? All right, SPY. I mean, this is the divergence is real, y'all. This doesn't make sense to me. Back like 2 days back. Anyway, I'm in the interest of time, I'm just going to leave my charts at 4, right? So they've been net buying since the beginning of May, buying back into the SPY. It's been selling off. There is some divergence approximately at this trading zone right here that runs 409 to 410, just 410-ish, okay? Previous divergence was traded out. We're currently at a white line. White lines where there's a regular and dark blue print on top of each other. Red lines are regular block trades. These blue lines are dark blue block trades. So the key for SPY is above 390, right? Above 392, and for it to continue to make some moves back up to the side. But this divergence looks pretty decent, y'all. Looking at it from the move yesterday, right? Can't be mad about that. Not at all. We got we got some dark blue blocks at 399.18. SPY's currently for our mid now. If they don't sell it off to fill the gap back down to 393, right? So they've got this little gap right here they got to fill. It runs 394 to 3. It's the 34 EMA basically. So they bring it back down to the 34 and then they launch it, right? Very well could possibly happen, or this snow line right here, they sell it off back down to 390. So 390 puts. I'm gonna look at those. I'm gonna look at the um, 390 puts and 404 calls is what I'm looking at for today. Do you think that we take some profit at the open back down to not much profit? But I do think if they take some profit back down to 392.82, right? So 30-minute bottom and then work its way back up. QQQ, same kind of deal. Lots of divergence. We got some dark blue, these blocks right here, printed on May 5th at the close, right? May 5th at the close, came back down. Again, divergences have traded out. We 287, 291, and 309. QQQ, kind of the same deal. Looks like this wick, if it's real, they may have already filled that gap down, retested the monthly bottom. Monthly bottom on this. This is unheard of. 4 hour mid, 4 hour, so 4 hour bottom, 4 hour mid, 4 hour mid is at 298.04, right? There's a trading zone right there that goes 298, excuse me, 296.84 up to 305. We can get a close above that. We trade that zone up. We sell it back down. Okay, so 4 hour mid is at 297 or 298, right? The cycle would be 4 hour mid to 4 hour top. We got to work through the daily cloud that runs that trading zone, right? 297.87 up to 303. Nice move up to there. Okay. Target, I'm going to be looking at the. So when I say these targets, it's not just for today. This is the next week. Okay. Because this is, 4 days worth of data. So I'm going to look at the fire line right there. I'm going to look at the 289 puts, and I'm going to look at the 305 calls. 305 calls to 290 puts. All right. 305, 290. Tesla rack, right? This was Elon basically saying, I'm going to buy Twitter, and got a big pump off of that. Everything started working itself out, and finally got back in line. There's no dark pulls. Yesterday there was no dark pulls on Tesla. Interesting. Regular blocks at 701.10 and 728. The flow index, as you can see, is trading with price, right? My concern is that all the Tesla fans are flocking into Twitter, right? So Tesla's going to do what Tesla wants to do. I'm going to watch for the flow index to make a higher high than this level here, right? I need the flow index to do its job and get above this. So if it can get back above that and start moving up, I think that Tesla has an opportunity to hit. I don't even know what it's doing this morning. Let's look at this first. All right, 4 hour mid, right? So the cycle would be either 4 hour mid back down, 4 hour bottom, weekly bottom, or 4 hour mid working to the 4 hour top, right? Tesla. $840 calls, 835 calls. Just, I mean, these would be, so the Lotto, I don't know, I haven't looked at the chart, right? I'm gonna look at the Tesla 840s. Why am I muted? What's going on? It's frustrating. Okay, sorry, I had to check them. 800, that kind of key level, it'll get above that, and then it will release to, yeah, Tesla 850 calls for a Lotto, only 10 to 20%. Don't try to think it's gonna go into money, okay? Do what you want to do. You guys do whatever you want to do. I like to lock it 10 or 20, 30%, okay? 850 calls, and let's look at the 700 puts. It's a pure Lotto play, okay? Pure Lotto. So Tesla has got to, right, get above its previous high. The flow index is trading with price, so I need the flow index to make a higher high, and that would be a nice little reversal. AMD, baby. I love AMD. Love trading this stock. Trade every day, every single day. Last 5 block trades. The flow index came down reversed. I need the flow index to make another high, right? To start moving this way. 1, 2, 3 possible weekend reversal, but what I'm seeing is white line support at 87.14, regular block trade target 92.81. Do they bring it up here today? They may. It's got to get through some resistance. AMD. So the 50-day on my intraday chart is right at 89.95. Okay. So previous high is my 50-day. My 200 is at 91.50. So above 91.50, we launch to 90. The previous high is at 94, and then longer term move up to the daily cloud at 98. So this looks pretty good, right? Looking pretty good. 4-hour bottom, 4-hour mid, 4-hour mid, either 4-hour bottom or 4-hour mid to 4-hour top. I'm look at the 93 calls. I'm also going to look at the 85 puts. All right, last one. I got to go. You want me to look at GitLab? Okay, hold on. All right, so with GitLab, I mean, these are chunky moves, right? So if it can take out 40.63, then it's got a good shot at going to 43 or 42.39. Okay. There's a dark pull level at 55.80. It's going to act as a magnet if there's any shares left there. But I mean, it looks pretty decent. The flow index, they bought into it, they sold it off, right? They bought the dip, sold it off, bought the dip, drifted up. So the flow index should make a higher high, and that should pull price up with it. Looks pretty decent. From this weird pattern there, very rounded. All right, so from a Kelp's perspective, off of the weekly bottom, daily bottom, 4-hour bottom, 4-hour bottoms here, went up to the mid to where the top of the bottom, came back down to the bottom, right? Couldn't get back up out of the daily. Finally got out of the daily. It can breathe. It's free. It wants to run. Okay. 42.29. 43.90, that's your 4-hour cloud, right? I think that's where it ends, right, today, unless something happens, right? The 50 days at 48.29, and the daily Keltner channel mid is at 47.52. So let me illustrate what what I'm thinking, okay? And then I gotta go. All right, so we go from here to here to here to here to here to here, right? Something like that. Contrarian, let's just say, for giggles, that does one of these. That's the cycle, right? 4-hour bottom to 4-hour mid, 4-hour mid to either the top or the bottom, 4-hour mid to the bottom, 4-hour bottom to the mid to the top or to the bottom. Looks like it's going to the top. So, yeah, 43 target. I gotta go. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Everybody, thanks for your support. I will start being here more consistently. Always look to Twitter if you want to reach out to me directly. Go ahead and send me a message on Twitter, and I will figure it out. Micron, oh Boise, look at that. I drew that line, didn't I? All right, Micron, Lotto, the 7150s, or this Micron 7150 is my target.